What's up, guys? Doofus Mcdooface here with another episode of Unit Breakdown series. Today we're going to be looking at the Proton atom. So without further ado, get into it. One thing I'll say right off the bat that a lot of people don't know, not that you should always use this, but a proton and atom generates mana as long as the wave is going on, right? Do you know how a harpy, if you build it back here, right? You build a harpy on the back of the lane, and it generates mana up here. Well, protons and atoms actually generate mana as the wave starts. 0, right? Generating mana very slowly, but nonetheless, it does generate mana. That can help sometimes, right? That's why I like building them farther back as opposed to up front. Now, if you built it right at the back of the lane, yes, you're going to get the most mana generation. However, you will not be able to split at all. So, when do I like using protons and atoms? Fiesta, right? Let's be honest. Fiesta is going to be a big one for me, right? That's going to be one of my pros for the atoms and the protons. I of course want steeds with them. Right. If there's steeds with them, I am super into it. Right? Like a YOLO roll with protons could be really amazing. Get the steeds in a roll.
Welcome to Nova.
Now the one downside, right? I'm just sort of throwing stuff at you, pros and cons. Downside when you're playing with steeds and atoms, right? If you have a better unit, like a stronger unit, if it's Disciple or Poda, right? You are stealing mana, right? Steeds give out mana to everybody evenly. So when you are playing with protons and atoms, as the game gets later, you may have to sell the atoms or sell the protons in the split or something like that. Unless, of course, they are your main source of damage, right? Which most games, you're not going to want to spam atoms after wave 10, in my opinion. Right? But let's just show you how I would start this. Once again, I think Fiesta is when I'm going to play this the most, right? Fiesta, I'm going to be probably near this back, 4 or 5 rows towards the back of the lane. I'm, of course, going to go for a atom, and I will go even split proton. Even split proton. Now this should give you 33 to 25% Fiesta, 75% if you receive a snail. Alright, now is there a way to get an even better leak if you did something goofy? Of course, yes. I don't think that's necessary. You're pushing your 2 workers, and then you're adding just another proton on 3, and that's just pretty much what you're going to do. Now, if you're just playing this straight up, not Fiesta, right? If you're not playing Fiesta, this is your opener, right? You're gonna get 5 workers. You want to build them as if there's an aura in the middle, right? As if that's an APS or a star caller. This also allows them to split tank, which is really important. I made it wave 3, so I'm gonna leak, but as you guys see here, you get a beautiful split tank. With atoms, you do want to use their health pool. Like any unit, you want to use their health pool as much as you can. Actually, this almost holds. Yeah, that was really close to a full hold. Wow. That was awesome. Let's see. I usually like the steed. If I have steeds with them. If I have the 2 like this, I'm probably going the steed right on the edge of the line, right? If I didn't have this guy, I would go the steed more inward, right? So that, because it's just 1 atom, right? Let's see. Have the sacrificial atom in the split. Let's start wave 4. This could be a hold, I actually don't know. Because yeah, that one's going to tank. This one's not split tanking, but it's fine. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. Look at how beautiful that atom is. My goodness. It tanks full. Easy hold. Oh my goodness. You guys didn't think that was going to be good, did you? Now wave 5, you're either going to need to position a proton there or sell this one. I usually just put one right there so that you pull the boss to your strong split, right? I normally don't ever have the boss tanked by an atom because you're going to need a lot. Like, let's see. If we're going just all in on this, kind of block building here, just so you guys know. I would not recommend that. 360. 440 is going to hold wave 5. Alright, let's just see, does this hold? The question is, does that atom hold? I don't think so. So in a normal game, I'm not... It does hold here. This is to no send. I guess you can try. I'm not recommending it. Right? Maybe if you have that second atom. Right? You do have the second atom, then it's fine. But if the atom is your only source of damage, right? If the atom is your only source of damage and you're scared of a big wave 5 send, I probably wouldn't risk it. I probably would not risk it. I've spit out a lot at you guys here. Unit typing. I mean, it's pure immaterial. They're pretty much good on most waves, right? Atoms and protons are pretty much solid on most waves, right? They don't have any bad damage waves. They don't have any good damage waves. Now, from my perspective, the weakest waves for atoms and protons are going to be waves where there's lots of units. Because they're just single targeting, and it takes them a lot of time to ramp up. So if we think about that, right? If we think about all the multi-unit waves, you could say 3, but you're not really bad 3, right? As long as you have an arcane tank on 3, you're usually fine. The next 5, I mean, 5, you're not terrible, right? Because you've got that single target on the boss. You're not AoE. It's not like you can get hermited. But the weakest wave for atoms has to be wave 7, right? Like, from what I built, imagine if I built more atoms in a Pegasus. What am I weak on 7 to? A Mimic, right? A Mimic would destroy me even being on value, right? Even if I was on value. 740, right? Let's say I built just to protect my atom right there. Says I'm 170 over. I just got a Mimic. I should leak here. Because the Mimic is just going to eat up everything. Right? The Mimic is just going to shred everything here. And yeah, there's just so many creeps on wave 7. Takes the atom a long time to ramp up. Yeah. Pretty much got destroyed. And the reason I'm saying destroyed is because I'm really on value there. Really on value there. Wave 8, you're also not great, right? In all honesty, the game really comes down to having Pierce Arcane, right? You really need to revolve your game around Pierce Arcane, right? So this is good and all, but imagine if you had Mask or Archer, right? If you had Archer too, ooh, that could be sexy. 9, you're not amazing on 9. There's 12 units again. As long as you have a fortified tank, should probably be okay on 9, right? So in order to help your wave 9, you're going to want fortified tankage, bunk, mudman, because safety mole hermit on 9. If you're just going atoms only, which you know me, I've done it many times, wave 9 can hurt. Wave 10 isn't so bad, but once again, safety mole. As the game gets deeper and deeper, atoms and protons lose their luster. Because they're just, you'd need so many of them to have that high enough damage output. But the first 10 waves, they're really good. First 10 waves, I would really say atoms and protons are good. if you're on value, should hold most waves, right? Wave 7 can be difficult. Maybe wave 9 if you don't have the proper tanks. But it's pretty solid. I've done many. I think that's probably the most Fiesta 1-unit challenges I've done has been with Atoms. Right? Because what I would do is I'd have a ton of atoms over here, and then I'd have like 30 protons over here, right? I think we could try wave 12. I'm gonna get shredded, but just watch this. Watch this. You have like your strong atoms on the left, and you have your just get destroyed protons to waste time, right? Those protons are just there to waste time. I'm really not doing too bad here. That's not bad. I'm like 500 under value, and that was a Fiesta. So I always enjoyed doing those. Let's see. If you were to send them, as I said, oh, I didn't even talk about wave 4. Wave 4 is the wave you probably want to send protons and atoms, right? 4 and 7, right? So now let's flip it. I forgot I'm supposed to help you guys send it too. Right? So wave 1, you see your opponent has started the atoms, just like this. That's a normal start. Okay. You can just, if you send on 1, you could be nasty, go all the way to 4. Go for like a Fiend or a Dino on 4. You can just send 3. But if I'm playing really serious, I'm probably going to send atoms on 4, right? Because they're going to have that. Wave 2, they'll just keep that. No build. They're probably going to go for some type of steed power, right? They're probably going to go for some type of steed power, right? I like the steed there, but then it's... Yeah, the steed right here is probably the best. Because then you can build a circle there. So that's probably your best angle. Sorry about that. Yeah, so you see this will be on wave 3. So wave 3, this is what they had. It's Proton to split, 280. This is normal. But if you don't send them on 3, right, they have an arcane tank, and they only have atoms. So what are they now going to add for wave 4? I don't know. Now the Dino will go into the split with this. So it'll go to the right with this type of a build. That's still okay. If you really want to be nasty, you could go like Brute Snail. But yeah, I'd say 4. 4 is that first wave you want to attack. 7 is the next send you would want to attack. Right? Just not when you're playing me. Please don't send me 4 or 7 when I have atoms. Just income king me the whole game. Yeah, 7. You want Safety Mole. Safety Mole, Brutes, or Mimic, right? Safety Mole is best for the damage, right? Mimic is to kill if they have arcane tanks, like if they had a canopy. Brutes if there's like fortified tanks, or you only have enough Mythium to get the 1 Brute and the 2nd Brute after income. 2 Brutes could be fine on 7. Then I'd probably try 9, right? Safety Mole 9, Brutes 9. You could always try 10 as well, right? 10 with a big enough send, especially if they have like a bunch of arcane tanks or too many atoms, right? Because you need tanks, right? You do need tanks for atoms because they're taking time to ramp up. And then wave 12, but realistically by wave 12, your opponents are going to have something, a better damage source, theoretically, by wave 12. But yeah, have I missed anything? Strong waves, weak waves. Yeah, you want some steeds, some fortified tanks with it. 16. Once again, 16 you're bad too, but you guys should know by now. Like the deeper into the game, it gets worse and worse. If you really are gonna commit to it, right? If you really are gonna commit to playing like Proton only or full Protons and Atoms, the Legion spell to go with would be Magician, right? I wouldn't recommend it. But if you're out here memeing, right? If you are out here memeing, then going for the Atoms with Magician could be a play, right? Save the Atom. Right? Oh, crap. This is a big send. Whoops. Right? I'm gonna get destroyed here. I forgot I sent. But yeah, the Magician, of course, lets you get mana faster. The faster your atoms are generating mana, the better. But yeah, once again, if you are going for like Disciples, Azeria, these atoms in the split, you can't do this, right? Because then the Pegasus is going to be sending mana to the units that are about to die in the next second. So watch out for that. Definitely watch out for that. Let's look at my stats. We can look at stats. I want to say I probably have like 60%. Or I'm a liar. 39% when opening Atom. Holy smokes. 39% when opening Atom. 33% with Proton. Alright guys, well there you have it. One of my worst openings is Protons and Atoms. And it probably has something to do with being on value, right? Like I said, when you're on value, you're probably going to hold. You also have that really weak 7, right? Atom is just asking for a wave 7, a Mimic, Safety Mole, right? And then you either have to sell them or steal mana from your stronger units as the game goes on, right? So that's probably why it's so bad. That is really bad. Wow, Nightmare 33. I still like to do them. I still like to do them from time to time. Mostly Fiesta only, right? A lot of these T1s, like Veteran, Protons, they're good for Fiesta. Not something I'd particularly open with. But can work pretty well. And I think that's all. So, I will see you guys for the next episode. Yep, countering. Got that done. And, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time.